you don't truly like yourself. No amount of numbing out or cute clothes or fake confidence is going to hide a simple fact. You're not happy. But it doesn't have to be this way. And the only reason I know is because I have been there. I never felt good enough as a fat girl, and I always felt laughed at or rejected by a world that values thinness so much. You know what I mean, right? I was always the butt of the joke on TVs. You know, it's funny to see a fat person running. And because of that, I felt unworthy of love, even from myself. And now I am much better, and I can confidently tell you that you can build unshakable self-esteem, because how we feel about ourselves, how we value ourselves, affects how we show up for everything else in our lives. So let's learn how to build that self-esteem. But first, let's get one thing clear. Self-esteem is your internal opinion of yourself. When it's healthy, life doesn't feel like you're walking on glass. You can take risks, be kind to yourself, and actually feel proud of yourself, even if no one else is. But when it's low like yours, you second guess everything. You feel like an imposter when you actually achieve something good. You seek validation from anyone and everyone that isn't you, because your opinion doesn't mean enough to you. You don't value yourself, and you don't feel important enough for your opinion to matter. And what's sad is so much of this started when you were a child. Someone made you feel small. They made you feel like you were a disappointment. You were constantly compared to others. Or they only praised you when you performed how they wanted. And validation only came from the outside. You learned that others' opinions of you matters more than your own. Or maybe life just got hard and you started believing that you were the problem. You internalized shame for things that weren't even your fault, because if it was your fault, then maybe you could do something to make it better. You don't believe in your value or your ability to actually create a life you want. You let others' opinions of you validate you, and you let them define your worth. So much so that you would do anything to gain their love, even if that means betraying yourself. Because if you grew up in an environment where love or safety felt conditional, then your brain adapted to survive. Your amygdala, the part of your brain that's involved in fear and detecting threats, became hyperactive. You started seeing rejection and judgments where there wasn't any. You stayed small and didn't go after big, scary things because your brain thinks it's protecting you from danger. But love, the walls that you've built to protect yourself, have become the prison that is keeping you stuck. But the good news is, you're in control now. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to see your inherent worth and be okay with yourself. The first and most important thing is you have to challenge your inner critic. Do you hear me? You have to challenge her. And you know exactly what I mean. The things you say when you mess up. I'm stupid. I'm annoying. Nobody cares. These are automatic negative thoughts, and they are lies. Write them down or catch them in your head. And then you have to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this true? Where did this come from? Would I say this to a friend? And this is hard. This is so hard because these thoughts are automatic before you even realize it's happening. And this happens because of something called neuroplasticity. Over the years, you have fired the same neural pathways to tell yourself you're stupid, to tell yourself you're worthless. And you have strengthened them so much that it happens without even you realizing it. So what we want to do now is create new neural pathways, right? It's like digging a little hole in the sand. There's one that's already established, but we have to create a new one by you telling yourself kinder things. Telling yourself you're trying your best. Telling yourself no one's perfect. Telling yourself that everything will be okay. Telling yourself that you are a good friend and people do care. And then you have to reinforce these with a self-esteem file. Now, what is a self-esteem file? It is a list of things that you're good at or positive things. Compliments you receive, times you didn't give up. And if you think you have nothing, your brain is lying to you again. Think of anything. You've made someone laugh before. You've given someone advice before. You've gotten out of bed when it's hard. You've asked for help before. You've been kind before. Put it on your wall. Put it on a lock screen. Put it in a mirror. Put it somewhere where you can see it so you can remember it. You have to bring it out of your head so it is conscious. You got to use that prefrontal cortex, because every time your brain starts lying to you, you will have a reminder. You'll remind yourself, no, I'm not the worst person in the world, right? Because I was kind to this person this day. It's so easy to focus on all the negative things that you've been or are, because you have a memory of every single one, while you mainly get to see other people's highlight reel. So you have to throw in some of the positive things, because your view of yourself right now, if it is only negative, is very distorted. So you have to see yourself for who you really are and surround yourself with people who see you as well. That's the next thing. Think about your own life. Who makes you feel like you're too much? Like you're too loud, like you're too quiet, like you're too you. You need to reevaluate your relationship with these people. I'm not telling you to cut everyone off, right? And I'm not saying you can't actually get constructive criticism from those people that you have these relationships with. But if around them you don't feel good because of just your personality traits, if you feel like you have to hide so many parts of yourself, or you have to shrink parts of yourself just so they don't feel uncomfortable, if you have to laugh quieter, hide your teeth when you laugh because they've made fun of it before, then I strongly urge you to reevaluate how much time you want to spend with this person, because you need a support system that knows you and accepts you and loves you. They don't have to love everything about you, but you shouldn't be a different person around them. I am the loudest person you'll ever meet in real life when I get comfortable with you. I talk during movies. I am not perfect in any way, but my boyfriend accepts me, right? He doesn't have to love everything about me, but he accepts me and I don't have to shrink when I'm with him. You need to find people that lift you, people you feel energetic and comfortable around. Because if you can be yourself around someone and still be loved, then you feel better about yourself. You don't feel unworthy of love because these people love you, right? And they're kind to you, just like you need to be with yourself, which is my next point. You have to be kinder to yourself. And this goes with the challenging your negative thoughts. Think about this scenario. Your best friend, your brother, your sister, someone you love, think about someone you love, they came to you after they did something bad. They just binge ate, they missed their workout, they disappointed themselves in some way, and they came to you and they say, I feel worthless. Would you reply by saying, yeah, you kinda are? No, you probably wouldn't do that. You'd probably drop everything and remind them of who they really are. You remind them of everything they've done that disproves that. You'd remind them of how strong they are, how loved. So babes, why do you talk to yourself like that? Like you don't deserve the same love. Every single time that cruel voice shows up in your head, you need to talk back. You need to be kinder, like you would to someone you care about. Tell it, I'm doing my best. I'm allowed to be tired. I'm gonna keep going. I don't have to be perfect to be worthy. Say it out loud. Write it down. Whisper it on the hard days until it starts to feel real, and it will feel uncomfortable at first. So uncomfortable. And you probably won't believe it, but one day, you just might. One reason why you don't believe it, though, is you have likely proven to yourself over and over and over again that these negative things are true. Right? Dang it, I failed this goal. I'm a failure. I didn't know this thing. I'm stupid. I was jealous of someone. I'm a bad person. You have given yourself actual proof, built this up over years, and now you have to do the opposite. Now you have to prove to yourself how valuable you are by taking actions that align with your value. What do I mean by that? I mean, value your body. Give yourself the sleep you need, give yourself the exercise you need, give yourself the healthy food you need, and treat yourself like you're someone important that you care about. Value your mental energy. Don't hang around people that drain you. Don't say yes to things that you quite frankly don't need to be saying yes to. You don't have to please others for love when you love yourself. And you have to love yourself enough to say yes to the things that scare you, because those scary things are where you'll grow. You have to build your confidence by doing one scary thing at a time. So I need you to pick one small challenge, just one, a hard phone call, going for that first run, whatever it is, one small challenge, and write it down, comment it, whatever you need to keep yourself accountable, and then come back and tell me how you did. Come back and tell me how you feel about it, if it's helped to boost your confidence. Even if you failed, you know you've tried. You're someone that tried. Reinforce to your brain that you are important and you are these positive traits that you are trying to assign to yourself. Because remember when I said it doesn't have to be this way with you hating yourself? It really doesn't. You're worthy of love and happiness, and your worth is not defined by what's been done to you. Your worth is not defined by the cruel things people have said to you. And the low self-esteem may not be your fault, but it is your responsibility to fix. Because you deserve someone who loves you. And you need to be that someone, girl. You are in control of the story now. So write the version where you finally believe you're enough. I'll see you next Monday. Mwah.